Okay. I don't have it up on another screen because my other screen
I do.
is not working. So hopefully, hi, if you're watching the playback, and I'm hoping that if an ad pops up, it doesn't last too long.
It's live now.
Yay! Hello, everyone. So many people are already here.
I know.
So nice to see you all.
Yes, thanks for hanging out with us.
It's been a while since we've done.
We have JT as well in the background.
JT's in the background. Hi, JT.
Hi.
Yes, please. He's making me tea right now.
Yay.
He's a good husband.
Awesome. Very nice. Yay, ad over. I'm glad. Hello. It's always very awkward, and I just never think to have other screens up. All right. So Bree is here and Heather is here, and we just thought we'd catch up on our journaling, and Heather is joining us today, which is very exciting.
Heather, as she does, inserted herself into.
I was like, hello. I need buddies too.
To be fair, like I do stalk your journaling content as well, Heather. So
Wow. I just want to point out that I specifically said I did not have to crash y'all's live, that we could just do it on the low with nobody knowing if we wanted to. But I've just been like stockpiling. I've been buying stickers and stockpiling ideas, and I want to do a 2023 journal flip through like right at the end of December, and I don't want to hate what I'm doing and or it be like bare minimum because I'm having to do the whole journal in like 2 days. You know?
Right.
So I was like, okay, gotta start early. So that's my point.
That is fair.
Mm-hmm.
And because none of our live shows or journaling live shows would be complete without some technical difficulties, I may be playing with my headphones because the sound totally dropped out. So apologies.
That's unfortunate.
Hello. All right.
Megan.
So Megan is here. What is everyone working on?
So it was a whole production because again, like it's normal for our journal lives, there's always something happening. But I was going to work on my digital journal because I would like to do a flip through as well. So I was gonna spruce that up and everything because it's been a while since I updated it. And I can't find my Apple Pencil because my child likes to take I let her take my iPad and she plays Minecraft on it. But she takes my Apple Pencil off of it because it like stays on. She takes it off. I don't know where she freaking put it. So like for the past 2 hours, JT and I have been looking for it. We did not find it.
Oh no.
But I am working on something journal-y because I'm working on stocking my shop with the new trope stickers, like the new design for them.
I'm excited.
So excited.
I'm I'll be working on that and like kind of completing all of that stuff. I have some fun new stickers. Like I'm adding swoon stickers, like swoon rating stickers. So it'll be hearts. And Heather knows a lot of this because I've been brainstorming with her about a lot of it.
I love it.
Yes. So they're hearts that you can fill in for your swoon rating.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then I have, I'm making these. So these came out a lot smaller than I thought, so I have to redesign them, but they're traveling book stickers. So you'll put it's like a sticker that you put in the front of the book, and then it has a column for the date you received it, your name, the color you're using, and then the date you finished, and then you can pass it on to the next person, they'll fill it out. So it's a fun little
awesome
traveling book sticker that I'm making.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have all my Bree stickers.
Yay!
Yeah, I have so many. This is like my newest one, and then I have like whole sections. And then I was just like looking through these, and I was like, wait, did I not order these ones? So now I have to go order them. Like the fire hearts, I don't think I have bought them.
Oh yeah, the flame, the heat rating, yeah.
Right. I'm like, oh, gotta do that.
Yeah, I was going to come back to this one. Thing with journaling, I think, is you just start and don't worry too much about what it looks like.
And you can change it as you go, like change it. That's what I always end up doing because I get inspiration all the time. And it is overwhelming starting, though. I totally feel that.
Honestly, I had a huge goal to use this year because I wanted it and I wanted to do it, and I was like, I'm not gonna do 3 days and then that's it. So I had like a really big goal to actually use it, and I really have.
Okay.
I think the fact that it's not just doing the same thing as I do for videos in another location, like it's different stuff that I have in my journal, has been very helpful.
Yeah. Right, go back to this. Hi, Bree. Hello, hello.
Hey.
So lots of love for the stickers.
Thank you.
Yeah. They do want to know everything on rental applications.
Right. Wait.
No,
But that
they do.
is-
Are you kidding me?
That's wild.
That is so.
That's so invasive.
What is?
Thank
what
you.
is wrong with people?
Thank you.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yes, although I have mostly, I can pull mine up. I haven't got the overhead view of my journal today just because I was worried about technical issues. And I was like, I don't need that today. But I'm mostly now just working on blank pages and then just setting everything up the way that works for me. So I'll pull up my other laptop in a minute so you can sort of see what I'm doing. But since I've just started using plain pages and doing whatever I feel like each month, it's made it a lot easier.
I've decided to still keeping track of like who I get recs from you. So I don't think I'm going to do like specific pages. I think I'm going to add creators as I actually read a rec from them. So I'll just do it in random order, but I haven't kept track of that at all. And I was kind of like, I know. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, people are saying hi to you, JT.
Oh, hi.
JT, why don't you tell us what you're working on?
Yes, what are you doing, JT?
I'm playing Blood Rage Digital and drinking.
Ooh.
Nice.
No.
Sounds like a good Saturday night.
A very complicated looking game. Look at that.
It's not that complicated.
There's a lot of things happening. There's a random whale.
Yeah.
What is it? That's a whale.
It's not a whale.
What is it?
It's a sea serpent.
Whatever.
Oh, totally different.
Something that lives in the sea.
Domestic dispute here.
Yeah.
It's a digital version of the game.
Yeah, I don't journal for myself. It's literally my book journal that I have and I keep.
Same.
And that's what makes me happy. I have my work planner, which is literally lists of things that need to get done in a day that very rarely get done in a day. But that's fine.
Oh, I couldn't find the little figurines you were painting last time. I don't remember what they were called. Do you remember?
I don't remember what I was painting last time.
What were you painting last time? Oh, I don't remember. I have to
Wait,
go
was
back.
it the Chronicle stuff? It may have been.
It may have been Chronicle stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because that's not out for retail though.
Oh, it's not out for retail. He was painting something for somebody that is making his own game, and he wanted JT to paint them for, I don't know, I guess pictures and stuff. But
It's impressive.
I
know.
fancy.
It is.
Very.
Yeah, there you go. This is not a great view. But I was really happy. Hang on, I'll turn around this way, I think. With my it's going to take forever to load because it's really graphic. Oh, where did I put it? It's really graphic heavy this month because I put my TBR game in there.
Oh, did you?
Oh, lost the apple.
That's like
So it's got there's the light. And then it's got all the prompts that I've rolled. And then I mark off when I've read them.
I love that.
that is so cool.
So
I was watching your TBR, and I just love how you printed out all the cards and everything. It's just, it looks like a real game.
It looks like legit. It looks legit.
It's so detailed.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
There's not like
No, there is not enough time in any day.
It's so funny, like in the beginning of the day, whenever I make my to-do list, it's just like, who do I think I am?
That's what I love about ours is just delete the task. I'm like, oh, look.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I did it.
Well, it's funny because we have a curriculum day tomorrow, so we don't have kids on site at all. And it's supposed to be a report writing day, but I wrote my report yesterday, so I don't have to do it while I'm at school because I need to pack up my classroom or start tidying it up to pack it up at the end of the year because I won't have a classroom. And my to-do list is insane. And I'm like, well, there's no kids here. And I'm putting in headphones and I'm not talking to anyone. So
Lock the door.
Absolutely.
This is not happening. We're not doing it.
You can't do both.
No.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing is actually my picture book collection because I can't keep all of it at school next year. And I'm like, I've got nowhere to put it.
I know.
So that's why this came home. But I've only left 4 shelves and I've got another one on my main bookshelf. But I'm like, some of it has to stay at school, but the office that we're going into isn't set up yet. So I actually don't have anywhere to move into until the start of next year. And I'm like, oh God, this is not going to end well. That's okay. There's 4 of us in the same situation and we're all like, this is not, we're all moving into the same space. We're
like a storage room or anything that you guys can store the stuff that's staying in school but moving rooms?
It's so interesting. Every single space in our school is occupied at the moment. Like it's just every spare inch of space is being used. And so it's fun. But that's okay. We'll sort it out.
I wonder if your school could rent like a moving cube or something like that. Yeah, that just like stays.
Oh yeah. We'll be able to stack things outside of the classrooms, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to look. It's either someone who's currently at the school or someone who's new to the school who's moving in. And if they're currently at the school, they'll let me keep stuff in the room until the start of next year. And if they're because it'll be out before they get in.
Still
but
nice.
Oh, Shay's here. What's up, Shay?
Hello.
Is she?
Exciting.
Oh, now I see. Now my laptop.
Yeah, Bree has the other screen.
Yeah, I have 800 screens in front of me right now.
I mean, I
Very
have it on
organized.
my phone, but I'm not looking at my phone. So. Like a failure.
All right, so Bree's working on stickery stuff. I'm doing book journal. Heather, you're doing your book journal as well?
Yes.
He's playing a game right now.
Yeah.
Although I will say JT was very helpful because he helped me fold and stamp all of my the envelopes and stuff that I get and stuff out. He was a great little worker bee.
Excellent.
Because he had the day off, but I was working, and I was like, here you go.
That's nice.
That is excellent.
I mean, it's like that's like fun kind of stuff. Though. Like I don't mind doing that, especially if I'm listening to an audiobook. But it was just because I'm working. Otherwise, I would have done it.
Right.
Yeah, that is fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I made a list of things and then I left it downstairs, so I'm gonna go do that because my daughter was drawing on it. So she's bet. So
Nice. So it'll be nicely decorated. Best kind of list.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It was so exciting.
Wearing my Bergman Brothers shirt, but yeah, I just love her so much, and this is like because I did an interview with her on, I think it was Morgan's channel, and I just love talking to her. She's just Chloe Lease. By the way, if people don't know what I'm talking about, Ava from Ava's Romance Books or Ava's Romance Reads, I never remember what her new title is called, but her and I have a book club called Chronically Courageous, and we try and read adult romance books that have disability representation, mental health, chronic illness representation, and we like to announce the book with the author if possible. So Chloe Lease joined us because we were reading Two Wrongs Make a Right, and it was a very exciting interview because you can just tell she's so passionate about it, and you can feel it in her books when you read them. You feel her passion in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes,
It was a great chat.
That was your Instagram live today?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got the notification, but I wasn't able to pop on or anything. So
That's okay. Tarot journaling. Wait, what is that? Tell me more.
I've seen those. I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
My bookish spreadsheet story graph once I'm done.
Yeah, I need to update my spreadsheet as well. So now I'm only like a week and a half behind, which is about half of the course.
Yes, fingers
Yeah.
crossed. It's going to be such a good one. Like I already know. I feel it in my bones. Yes, it's great.
Yeah. I've pre-ordered the book. It ended up on my TBR this week as well. So I'm like, yes,
I know. I'm really.
I can read it.
And we do it like every other month, so that way people have a long time to be able to read it.
Yeah.
I know
Right.
there's so many book clubs going on that it's hard to keep up. We figure
Yeah.
a lot of time.
I'm so bad at it. Even when it's like a book that I've already read,
I know. Me
I'm so
too.
bad at showing up to the discussions.
I know, and you're so good at showing up at every other discussion.
I know. I'm just like, what is my problem? Here we are.
Yeah. They sounded amazing.
What was that?
That was sorry. My daughters are sleeping over their friend's house, and they went to this like ice skating thing that's raising money for breast cancer research.
Yeah.
The mom just sent me a video, and I clicked on. I didn't realize it was a video. I thought it was a picture. So when I clicked on it, the video.
All good.
Sound like dinosaurs. I would have not
Something.
have guessed ice skating in a million years.
Apparently, my children. Well, Violet liked it. Apparently, Rory was not happy about
Well,
it. I guess like the ice skates hurt her ankle. Her
yeah.
ankle.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that happened? I mean, I live
Yeah.
in Florida, so I don't know much about ice skating.
You have to, well, one, you need to have like the correct type of socks. And then also how you tighten it and tie it like really matters to your comfort level. And if it's wrong, it gets old really fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because she was saying they
Yeah.
called me earlier, and she was like, "Yeah, so Violet had fun, Rory, not so much." Like, oh no.
And that's one of those things. I guess some of it does depend on like your personality, but you're so bad as a beginner that it's hard to have fun.
Mm-hmm. I know that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling. Like, oh my gosh,
Also-
yes. I love that book so freaking much. It's one of my favorite books.
Tasha does a lot of her like writing based on tarot cards.
I love how she inserted that in like that little magic element in that series.
Yeah.
Journalings, if you do tarot readings, you journal your
Yeah.
readings, thoughts on them. Usually,
It's nice.
we can do the pictures of cards. I love that. That's so cool.
So many different ways to journal.
There are.
No, I'm gonna sneeze. Am I? Maybe not. Okay, never mind. Whenever I say it, it goes away.
Problem child.
This time change has me and JT just completely off kilter right now. Like it feels like it's midnight for me right now.
Oh, no.
Half asleep.
Yeah, my husband, he's told me a million times, I don't know why I'm so tired. And I'm like, let me give you a list of 10 reasons. Like, it's not that, it's a mystery. I don't know.
Yes, you do have to check that book out. She does like just it's very subtle the magic that she has in it, but like the heroine in the first book, she has an apothecary and like she's opening up an online apothecary, and I'm like, I need that to be an actual thing so I can buy some stuff.
Well, I know she did it based on a real shop.
Yeah, I follow them on Instagram now.
Yeah.
I almost bought something from them, but then I got scared. I wondered, because if you use the things wrong, then it's not good. So I'm afraid I'm going to use it wrong. So I got
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I think a healthy amount of it is respect.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like a lot of that goes into the results and intentions.
That is very true. Also, so much info about your dog. Why info about your dog?
I mean, I can understand
Oh, is it
pet
for
info, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand pets, but
Why they need to know
everything
your
else,
height, I am unsure.
very confused.
Yeah, she's starting with the herbal skin area. I think in the book she is. Which is cool. And but what's cool is she has her own garden. Like in the book, she has her own garden that she has in the back. And like that's the thing. Like each of the so it follows three sisters, I think, and each of the sisters have their own like affinity to something, and hers is this apothecary and like gardening and stuff. So it's really
Yeah.
cool. Yes, it's coloring his age. Okay.
Maybe just size and that it's a dog is all you really need to know.
Well, maybe the breed. I get because sometimes
Yeah.
things are weird about breeds.
Yeah, they are. Especially when you're going to have to deal with all the other tenants if it's like an apartment building.
Yeah, why
This
is
is true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe they should just ask for a photo.
Yeah. Aw,
Hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We do need more good humans in life. I figured that's why you turned your microphone off. Like, it's suddenly gone a little bit quieter in here.
I thought maybe she finally had to sneeze.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
I think a lot of what I'm going to be doing is planning. So I'm kind of hoping I
Nice.
actually put some stuff on the page, but we'll see. I don't want to do the page and then be like, you know what, this really should have gone in front of this. It would flow so much better. The nice part about digital is you can rearrange it, right?
Rearrange. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing now, because I've just realized one of my quotes is way too long to put it in the spot where I would normally put it. Oh, t-shirts. That is my goal next year with my cricket, is to make some t-shirts. I'm not going to do it this year. I don't have time to figure that out.
Yeah. That's a long break
Or
project.
it is, or I make myself an Innkeeper Chronicles t-shirt in December after I finish for the year.
I mean,
And then we can match. Well, we won't match, but we'd be similar.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, so you have a question. Are you going to be converting to digital journaling, Heather?
No. No, I will not. At least not for 2023 because I have already bought it. But honestly, even though all of our interactions are digital, I am not a super, and even though I'm an ebook reader, I don't know what it is. I'm not everything tech, I guess. I like having the paper.
Yeah, some paper things are nice.
Well, I do like organizing. I think I do better on paper than on screen.
Yeah. I bought myself a new journal for my new writer's notebook for next year, since that's a big thing in our school. So I've got to start using it properly. And that's on paper.
Yeah, yeah.
This is very true. All we can do is try and be good humans ourselves.
Yeah.
Please do, Megan. Nice. What's on your ARC list? Hello. Yeah. That's the thing. If your journaling works for you, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That would be fun. I love browsing Bree's Etsy shop.
Yeah, I do it fairly regularly. Like, especially because Bree is so bad at telling anyone ever she's added anything. So
I
I'll
know,
just
I'm
go
really
in there
bad
and be like, what is all this?
I know,
Just
just
tell-
suddenly appears.
Just tell Heather, and Heather will hype it up for you.
I will tell people.
That's true. Tell my hype man over there.
I really can't tell you how many times I've just been like, when did she add this? How did this get here?
Like, I have ideas pop in my head, and like in the moment I'll make them really quick and I'll just put it up there, and then I forget to tell anybody.
Yeah.
I'm really good Etsy shop owner.
Yeah, you are.
Heather, I'll have you know I am currently cutting, or I'm about to cut the page count ones that you.
Oh, yes.
That was such a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Enjoy those, Lynn.
Do people still have those? JT used to have a waterbed when him and I first started dating.
My parents had a waterbed for like 30 years.
Oh my
They had
god.
it so long. Yeah, I definitely remember crawling on that as a kid. Just my mom said she loved it when she was pregnant because it didn't matter how big she got, it just, conformed to whatever shape she was.
I would
She
imagine
claimed it was okay, but I don't doubt it.
I had trouble getting out of a regular bed.
Yeah, right? Struggle.
Yes, page count stickers.
I find it really interesting, especially with my journal. I really like knowing not only
I love that.
how long the books were or anything, but also how I read them next to each other. So like, was I reading 8 novellas in a row or, stuff like that. I just find that interesting.
Yeah, it's cool to look at.
Yeah.
Yay. The monster stickers are great.
I remember the day that I designed those because I was about to do the interview with Tara. And we were going to be it was when I had just started getting into my monster phase, and I was just thinking of all these like fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get rid of this person.
I actually need to order those soon again
thanks, Bree.
because my my sheet is like almost empty, if not empty.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was just using it on readathons at the end of October, and I know it was almost done. Especially because, like, I participate. Oh yeah, this is all I have left. I participate so much in like paranormal readathons and like monster readathons that I really like putting the sticker either on my journal or after I did the video. Because a lot of times I'll do the vlog or the TBR for it, and I gotta put a monster sticker on it.
I love
Very
that.
themed.
There you go. What's your timeline, Bree?
Okay, so I currently am for the new stickers, I'll have a very, very small amount going up within probably by next week. And then I have to order more sticker paper, and then I'm going to do a somewhat bigger. I never put a ton in because it takes so long to cut them. But so like next week I'll have a small amount of each going up. It's probably only going to be like 2 sheets per thing. So I probably won't like announce it, but I can let you know when it's going up. I'm just gonna put them up. I'll see how they do, and then while those are up, I'll start printing more so I have a bigger batch. Yeah, I will. I'm hoping my goal is to have most of them by Black Friday, or at least the Small Business Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited.
It's so funny because I was talking to someone yesterday going, oh, do we have Black Friday over here? Because we never used, like when I was growing up, it was not a thing. But now it is a massive thing. Like we're just appropriating everyone's sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just talking to my kids about that today because one of them was asking if it was a holiday. I was explaining what it was.
Yeah. Seems like it's a day that requires a lot of planning.
Yeah. What I'm thinking of doing, because I created, I think it's 3 other designs options for the trope stickers. The ones that I'm making now are the ones that were voted on Instagram, but I might make them like a build your own, like you can choose that design and I can build whatever stickers you want. So if someone likes a different design, they can do it. So I might do that instead of, because the problem is like stocking them all is really, really hard because it takes so long to print them. But, and like, I never know what's going to sell and what's not. So if I do a build your own one where they can choose the design, and I just build it as needed. The problem with that is then, it takes a lot of time in the moment to make them.
Yeah.
The turnaround time's a little longer because it takes me a while to make them, but I guess that's going to be kind of my trial to see which designs do the best. And then if they start doing well, then I'll start keeping them in stock.
Yeah.
Right.
Good luck, Megan. I have done
I remember
all the sales in retail before. It's an interesting time.
JT and I worked at Target. That's where we met actually. And we had to do Black Friday all the time. It was a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, look, I started working in fast food on weekend shifts
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, that's also fun.
Yeah.
And then I did the Christmas retail period. I'm like, yeah,
I do not miss retail.
no.
No one does.
Oh,
I was just watching
well,
one.
that's a nice sound. That's a nice soundtrack to have.
I love that soundtrack.
Have you all,
Oh, nice.
if you have Disney Plus, have you watched Olaf Presents?
No, what is that?
No.
Oh my God. Olaf Presents is Olaf from Frozen, for anyone who is unaware, doing like a 3-minute version of several different Disney movies. He does Moana, he does The Little Mermaid,
That sounds
and
awesome.
all the characters and stuff. It is hysterical. So I've watched them a million times because my daughter loves them. But also, they're genuinely so funny. The Lion King, Aladdin, it's very good, even as an adult.
I'll have to watch that with the girls.
It's so funny. But he does Moana. He's like, I am Moana, like a million times. And it's great.
Yeah. There are a few places around where I live that know my name.
I love it. Dude, I am so addicted to their cups. They're so over expensive, but I love them. They're so pretty.
We don't have that many Starbucks here. We have a few, mostly in the city.
Do you have a popular coffee shop?
No, because Melbourne is the city of hipster coffee cafe places.
Oh.
So chain stores do not do as well usually, unless they're in really populated places. There is one coffee shop, like this tiny little place that's directly across from where I work, which is super popular on the weekends and all of that. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 coffee shops along my street.
Oh my God. So cool.
Like there's no shortage of places. So,
And yet,
but,
drinks no coffee.
yeah, I don't drink coffee.
It's
that is
wasted
one
on
of-
you.
It is. But Melbourne is kind of known for being snobs, or Melburnians are known for being snobs about coffee.
That's funny.
Shay would like you to explain your system, Heather.
What?
Your planning system.
I've got a lot of systems.
All of your planning systems.
Okay. For
All
like
of your
this,
systems, Heather. How do you live your life?
Yes.
Truthfully, my life is much more a procrastinate till the last possible minute and then do a half-assed job and then be like, well, I did what I could. That's how I live. Now,
Relatable.
how I do my channel is different. So right now I am doing the post-its because I can remove them. So I'm planning out my spreads. So I'm starting with 2023 goals, 2023 TBR, and then my subs tracker, my top monthly videos, and then my top videos of the year performance-wise, and then my personal favorite videos of the year. And then I'm going to do...
Wait, are you making that a video? Bless you, GT. Are you making that a video, like your top performing videos and your favorite videos of the year? That would be a cool video.
No.
That's the type of stuff I would love to know. I'd love to know what what performed well versus what you.
So I'm changing how I did this, right? But I have at the first day of each new month, I check and see which of my videos had the most views, and I do them in order 1 through 5. And because And I really want to see how it changes.
Mm.
Because sometimes one of my top videos is 2 days old when I write it down, and maybe that's all it was going to get. Maybe it did really well there initially and then didn't grow that much after. Or maybe it's one of my top videos and it was just average, to start. So I have my top videos of each month. Then I have top videos of the year and my favorites, which I'll do at the end. But I also, in my monthly highlights, I always have my favorite videos.
Oh, I
or my
love
top
that.
videos. So a lot of times they are ones that are doing really well, but sometimes they are just ones that I had a lot of fun doing and I didn't really care how they were received. So anyways, I don't know, Shay, if that is what you wanted to know at all. But my planning system is mostly I have lists on my phone, lists on my laptop. I do Post-its on my planner until I have it done. And I rearrange everything a lot. So right now I have all my videos planned for the year, obviously. But I'll probably change a couple. Like I literally changed one this week. So
Yeah, mine change all the time too.
yeah. No, you will not, Megan. I have no faith in you. I love you so much. But you are moving.
That's true.
There is
not
no
the
need for you to
Bible.
be posting videos, Megan.
No. Of course, she probably will post one just to procrastinate the moving stuff. She'll be like, you know what? I should edit right now. That is.
Love seeing any of your videos, Megan, but you are moving. Be kind to yourself.
How many different journals do you have, Steph, and what do you use them for?
I have the book journal where I track just what I read each month, and it's literally just book covers and a quote from the book. My spreadsheet has all of the information on the book, but I use that for when I need to do recommendations or I need to find things that are grouped because I sort keywords and tropes and things in the list. I have this journal, this planner, which is what I stole from Heather, and I do the content planning in it, and that's just monthly calendar pages and post-it notes so I can move things around. I do have sort of, if I feel like just doing something more creative, I have another digital journal that's just like, collaging online. I've probably used that 4 or 5 times this year. I used to do it all the time in a physical journal, and I'd cut things up and glue them in there. And I'm talking like 15 years ago. So I just started that just as if something takes my fancy, I'll do that. And then I have my work planner, which is just literally my to-do list.
So you don't have a fun layout or anything for your work planner, or is it just a notebook?
Yeah, I can show you. I tried here. So it's just an A5 journal. But I worked out pretty quickly because of my role next year. I actually need to have like day on a page layouts, literally just so I can block out the time and then just have a to-do list. So normally I've never ever used that before because I hate having a date or page, but for work I need it now because I just at the moment my Thursdays at work, because I'm not in the classroom, literally go meeting, planning, like from
oh my god,
from 9 o'clock until about 4:30. I'm like, how many meetings can we fit in the day?
oh my god, that sounds like JT's work. He has meetings like every 3 seconds. I'm like, when do you have time to get stuff done
I don't.
if you're constantly in a meeting?
Yeah, and because part of my role is like processing the reading sets and things for the school, and we're starting classroom libraries and we need to process and label everything. And I'm like, that's not happening. That's sitting in a box in a room underneath the table so no one touches it before I can get it sorted because I have no time to do it. But yeah, my role next year is much more administrative and coaching rather than actual teaching. So
When does your new year start?
January.
Okay.
So
You
yeah, yeah, we do calendar year. So we start back on the 20. Hang on. Australia Day is the 26th. We start on the 27th of January.
I want to know what planners everybody uses and for what. As
Yeah.
detailed as possible. Thank you.
Yeah.
You, Heather.
I am always looking for ones that this is all I want is the calendar. I
Yeah.
don't like any other pages, and they always have extra pages, and it annoys me so much. So this is all I want, and I want the calendar squares to work well with this post-it size. And I like it to be plain. I don't want a theme because I like adding, like you can see, I have a Taylor Swift
Oh
quote
yeah.
down there and stuff. So each one I do differently. And I love doing that. So I want plain.
Is that Geralt?
Yeah.
Nice. I just rewatched season 1 of The Witcher because that's when
Did
I'm
you?
stressed. I rewatch it.
Love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good.
again. I'm so sad that Henry Cavill is leaving.
I know.
Very sad.
I'm
So-
going to be positive despite being devastated by that decision.
Yeah. So I usually just get random planners at TJ Maxx, but they never have the same ones.
Yeah, I know. I love getting
Fine.
stuff like that from there, but you're right. It's always different.
Yeah. So that's what I've done so far.
So Heather, you have your content planning journal or planner, and then you have your book planner, and then do you have a daily planner?
Nope.
Okay.
So I now have a book planner so much. I keep track of which days I read, and then the rest is just like, okay, I read a book. Now, where does it fall into place? And I usually have like a small monthly TBR, like
Okay.
the numbers is really small. So most of the time I'm not really planning my reading. And then for day-to-day life, I have a calendar for, actual appointments and stuff, but then I do the hours to-do list, and that's really it. Or sometimes I'll brain dump a list on pen and paper, but it's just a daily to-do list is really the only real life planning I'm doing.
I just have like a really plain notebook that literally gets everything dumped on it that just sits on the table all the time. Like, here are my thoughts. Oh, this is the grocery list I need to start. Here are the things that I need to go find and do on a daily basis.
I figured out a long time ago that I was the type of person who could have 60 empty, pretty notebooks and, want to have 3 hours worth of journaling every day. Like, okay, I have this one and this and this and this list.
Yeah.
And that's not my reality. And that was a fantasy self, and there was no point in buying things for someone I was not.
That's fair.
So if you'd asked me a long time ago, I would have had other things, but I never consistently used them. So
I love seeing everyone's answers.
what about you,
Bree?
Tell us your truth.
So the one that I use most consistently and have for many, many years is I use Asana, which is a digital thing. I use it for work first, and then I also have a personal one. So the one for work, it's great. It's mostly meant for working with teams. It's supposed to like take the place of meetings and email because it's basically like a task organizer and a checklist, but you can arrange them into projects, and then you can assign tasks to different people within one project and assign dates to them. And then it has like a comment section. It also links to Google Drive and Microsoft Office and stuff. So like that way, if you have like a document, for example, in Google Drive, it will automatically update it in Asana. So that's
Right.
really great for working with the team. But for myself, I use the calendar view to do my content planning. And I like to use a digital one as opposed to a written one because I move stuff around all the time. Like I'm constantly changing
Right.
stuff. So it's too much. Even for Post-its and stuff, it would just be a mess if I tried to do it physically.
Right.
And then I have my digital book journal, which is mostly just like TBRs and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I'm really inconsistent about keeping like a daily to-do list, like a bullet journal or of any sort, or daily planner. So I usually just have kind of like you, Heather, I have like a little notebook that I got from Marshall or TJ Maxx like this. Then I have my to-do list on it. So I have
Yeah.
that. And then I have like a physical book journal that I've been kind of like, I've actually haven't done like the past couple of months. I have to catch up with it, where I just keep like wrap ups, TBRs, and favorites. So it's
Mhm.
pretty like minimalistic. And then every book that I've read and the date that I finished it. So I have to catch up with that. But like that type, all of that information is already pretty much in like Goodreads and then also
Right.
videos. So I'm mostly like going to my videos and Goodreads and putting it into that journal. So I'm deciding if I want to continue doing that. I definitely want to do some sort of, I definitely want to have a reading journal, but I really need to figure out what is logical for me to do and what makes sense.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid is not okay. Let me copy what's in Goodreads and my videos and write it down and get another place.
Right.
Because I won't do it. I know I won't do it.
Right.
But also, like I'm already writing in like video notes and stuff. I'm
Right.
already writing every single book that I read off of
Mhm.
Goodreads and stuff. Like and I list all my books in the description of all my videos.
Mm.
So anytime that I'm like, okay, what did I talk about or whatever, I can just look at my description in the app, you know, and I have my list right there. So
Yeah, same.
I
That's
just-
honestly where I end up going when I'm doing my journal. So I'm like, okay, do I need to
Right.
be doing this or
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
work, a flat month calendar for work, a bullet journal for books and notebooks for their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my Muji notebooks. So cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I've never heard of those notebooks. I'm looking it up.
I've heard of Muji. I've never actually used their stuff. But yeah, I think like sometimes it just changes depending on what's worked the previous year as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I would like to do is to keep a spreadsheet, kind of like you have stuff. But I just like, I'm so bad about, I've tried to keep a spreadsheet, but I'm just so bad about it. The good thing, if I were to keep a spreadsheet, is that then making videos, rec videos would be so much easier if I had it already categorized trope and stuff. But
Right.
I'm bad enough about even just writing a review, but to have to go every time I finish a book to go and like fill out the thing.
Yep.
I just don't trust myself to do it.
Yeah.
I know.
I have a notebook that sits next to me when I read, and I just note things down, which helps me keep track of when I read, like the order I read things in. And then I usually sit down once a week and just go through and type it all in, usually while I'm watching TV or something like that.
I think the problem with me is that I mostly listen to audiobooks, so I'm always doing something. Wow. So it's not like I'm like sitting somewhere and I have like something next to me. Like half the time my phone may not even be near me because I'm like, it's charging in the room and I'm listening to an audiobook and, you know, doing other stuff. So
Right.
Yeah.
Ton of journal, a divination tarot journal, spiritual. I have been keeping like a journal, like this is like what do you call it? Like when your thoughts are just rambly. I've been keeping those type of journals since I was like 5.
Like a stream of consciousness.
That's what it's called. Yeah. Stream of consciousness journals. I still have all of those journals. I need to, like, I haven't really kept up with writing in them recently, but I need to because it's nice to go back and read them.
Yeah.
An herbal journal. That's cool.
Yeah.
Journals, watch favorite songs. Yeah. Junk journals or journals. inventory of other reviews and other information like tropes and stuff. Yeah.
I think the thing with this, with a spreadsheet, like mine is really in depth, but it doesn't have to be like that. And it's about finding what's going to work best for you, like, and the things that you particularly want to know, keep track of,
Right.
which makes it easier to fill in.
Tell me more about an herbal journal. What is an herbal journal? I'm intrigued. Just Japanese regular stuff is minimal. Some herbal journals. Check the spreadsheet, but didn't keep up. Yeah, I didn't keep up with the spreadsheet either, Tracy. I need to though. Steph, what is on your spreadsheet? What information do you keep on it?
So I have title. Well, I have the dates that I read the book, title, series, author. I keep track of if it was a book that I read on KU. I put in protagonist name. I have a tropes and notes. I have a content warning section as well, just so I can keep track of that. Like there's stuff in there if it's an audiobook and how long the audiobook was. I do genre, and I have two sections. So most books get listed under romance, and then if there's a particular subgenre, I'll have that in there. Or if it's something like a historical mystery or whatever, I can have more than one genre option. Yeah.
Priority reads, book clubs, reading ones, and the month stats. So I'm not repeating much from Goodreads. That's smart.
Yeah.
We didn't use my spreadsheet. I'll make it to Goodreads or story.
Like the tropes, the content warnings, and the character names are the things I probably use the most when I'm actually going through and typing up my video notes, because I never remember characters' names.
So bad. I forget character names as I'm reading the book.
I literally don't even say them.
I know
don't
you
even
don't.
say them.
You're a
Ever.
main character, like, yeah.
If I say a character's name, you know that like the name lives in my mind because I did not make a note of it.
Yeah, that's what I had. I had a Google form and I still didn't do it.
I don't know. Like, I think I've just got myself in the habit of working across the page in the spreadsheet. Like, it just gives, like, just go tab, next bit, tab, next bit.
Right.
Like, I just got myself in the habit.
It's those things that any one of them is not that hard to keep up with, but when you're doing all of them, you're not going to do all of them.
Yeah. Like, yay, I love hearing this. All medicine is based in plants. It's true. We do a lot of research. I know that everything is research on plant food-based healing. So that's really cool. I love that. I would love to do more research into that. I'm very interested in cancer. Etsy shop is focused on that, but I focus on skincare and therapy.
Nice.
That's cool. Yep.
It's all good. I get so lazy with it. It's so bad.
Tracy.
And like the thing I find frustrating, because I've got all my previous year's spreadsheets. I probably started using them maybe end of 2016. Not necessarily my ones, but other people's ones. But for some reason, like, I think it's 2017 or 2018 has gone missing. I'm like, I can't find it. I'm like, I'm really annoyed, because when I try to go through and find stuff that I read, I'm like, I've got no idea, because I wasn't book journaling then.
Different types of ginger and what they're good for. That's cool. So true. Thoughts on the various things I tried. Yeah, well, and everybody's body is so different too, so it's going to react differently for everybody.
Yep.
I know. I need to do something like that.
They're very lucky people to be the test subjects. Nice.
It is not bad.
No, gotta
That
do what
doesn't
makes sense to you.
surprise me. You really just have to be aware of how much time, money, and effort you want to pour into it. And if the answer is a lot, then that's great. But if the answer is not a lot, then you have to be like, wait a second. Maybe let me not do this.
See, I would design my own stickers if I could get my printer to work. But since I can't do that, we're just going to live vicariously through other people.
That's why I just tell Bree all my ideas because I'm not gonna make them. That's crazy.
Are you feeling appreciated, Bree?
Feeling very appreciated.
As you should. Surprised May's not here simply to let you know that like you are loved and she is here. I love May. She's such an obsessive little person.
Yeah, I hear that.
Megan is here to fill in the gap that May is left.
You, Megan. I appreciate it. I always need a Megan to make me feel loved and appreciated at all times. Like, as long as your name is Megan.
Oh my.
No, there's been so many times I've wanted to print something out. I'm just like, no, my printer does not want to cooperate.
They're temperamental like that.
Yeah.
It's most unfortunate.
Yes, it is.
I'm trying to add in so many trackers specific to me, and I'm just like, do all of these make sense? I don't know. We're going to find out in 2023. Because I'm adding like a lot of, I want to see, because I delete things off my TBR all the time.
Yeah.
So I want to see what I'm adding to my Goodreads, what I am deleting off of Goodreads without ever downloading it, never checked out from KU, never did any of this, right? Which ones I actually took the step to download, which ones I returned without opening for the downloads, which ones I read after I returned them and checked them back out and returned them and checked them back out. And something else I feel like with that. So I don't know if any of this is worth tracking, but I'm just curious because I know I do it so much. I'm like, how much do I do it? I don't know.
But see, that's the thing. If it's something that you're curious about and you're interested in, you're more likely to keep track of it for a period of time.
Right.
Which is why like I know my spreadsheet is really in depth for some people, but it's information that I'm really interested in, so that's why it works for me.
Right.
But yeah, like if it's something you want to keep track of, then you might as well do it, because you don't have to keep track of it forever.
Bethany and Mara both do a lot of their stats on their either like their monthly wrap up or their quarterly wrap up, stuff like that. And I'm always like, oh, well, that's a really interesting thing to keep track of. So I've got like a lot of random things to track from them. I'm like, I want to do that next year. I'm going to add publishing dates and stuff like that. I haven't done anything with that, so I'm curious to see what those end up being like.
Yeah. I used to keep track of publishing dates. I don't anymore. And I used to keep track of specific publishing houses that books were from. Now I just track by trad or indie.
I'm adding that this year.
Yes. So what does everyone else track? So actually,
I am adding quite a bit. What I have been tracking is the length of the book, the tropes and the subgenre, whether I've read the author before or it's a new to me author, and the diversity of the author / main character, which I'm going to divide those out in 2023.
Yeah, I did that this year.
An author specific stats, a main character specific stats, and then like other in the book, because if the main couple, if one of them doesn't say on page that they're queer, I don't count it as a queer book, even if there's multiple side characters and stuff. I just kind of want to see what the difference is.
Yeah, the way that I got around that, because I track author if known, and then if one of the major characters has some diversity list or that's explicitly on page, I put it there. If it's just that there are multiple queer or side characters with physical disabilities or anything like that, I track it under my tropes and notes. So that when I do a search for those keywords, they come up, but I can work out which ones it was a main character and which one it was a side character.
Right. Because I think too that there are some things that people, they just want to see it more on page. So even if it is just a side character,
yeah,
they're
you can say
interested because it's in the book. And right now, I'm not really like, I notice it as I'm reading, but I don't tend to mention it in wrap ups or keep track of it in any sort of way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
most of that is on Goodreads, so I don't, because a lot of it is keeping track to have the information for videos when I'm going to put together videos. And I look at my Goodreads like read, and that will always tell me if it's most of the information. So
I usually track the country that the author is from as well.
yeah, I think I want to do that. I had non-Western
Mm.
this year, but most of the non-Western that I read is manga. It's like what
Yeah.
wide numbers more than like two, so
Yeah. No, I have format as well. So just put it up. So I do readership category because I also have the kids' titles in the same spreadsheet. I did set up a separate spreadsheet in the same thing, but do I use it? No, because it's just easy to put it all in one. I do length. So I keep track of page count, but I also do novel, novella, time, and then the format that I read it in. I used to track readathons and readathon prompts, but because I've been so bad at readathons, I don't track that anymore.
I've done it some. I usually do it some spread, but not for every single thing I do. Because half the time I'm like, that sounds great, and then I don't do it. I don't actually participate.
Yeah, I think my subgenre is a little bit more formal in that, like monster romances, I categorize under paranormal usually, or sci-fi, depending on if they're more urban fantasy or sci-fi based. And then I'll put specifically in the notes that it's monster romance. Same thing with MC. It usually goes, it's either dark romance or romantic suspense, depending on the book. Right there. That's a clever idea. Using stickers.
Oh, that's cute.
Actually, I was setting up the, I basically just took this year's spreadsheet and was changing the dates so that I can use it for next year and share that one out. I'm not going to make any huge changes to it because I'd rather people take it and modify it for what they need than me trying to guess what people want, because I don't think that's as effective.
Right.
Yeah. All my manga ends up in the same spreadsheet. That's frustrating when Google Drive gets full.
far, I'm still just sticking post-it notes on this.
But hey, this is time you've set aside to plan. It's all good, Heather.
But it's like over an hour. I'm not done with these post-its. And I'm just like, okay, so how much time is this actually going to take to set up? It's taking a lot.
Well, sometimes that's why you just need time just to plan it out. That's all it is.
Yes.
And we can always do another journaling live, Heather. It's fine.
Indeed. Well, I'm definitely going to have to work on it more than that. That's for sure. Okay. Okay. I'm also trying to do this to make sure I don't run out of pages
Yeah.
and figure out if I need to combine pages or not.
No, that makes sense. That's okay. I just wrote 2 videos in the wrong spot, but that's fine because it's in the same week. I don't care.
That'll be all right. Shay is sending me messages. I know this is my name, so here I am.
Yeah.
That's the thing about me not answering messages and stuff. A lot of times, if I'm doing something, if I notice in the notification that's like something that I want to respond to, then I will. But everything else, like, it could be days later. Who knows?
Well, these days, because of how the time zones have, like the time differences shifted with daylight savings and not daylight savings, because my phone is set to do not disturb between 11 and 6. So you guys usually start chatting right around the 6 a.m. mark. So before my alarm even goes off, I start getting messages and I'm like, oh, I need to get up.
I would for
Which is
sure be
fine.
doing something about blocking any notifications from us when
Well, no, like
It's
now
so
that it's warmer here, I actually need to get back into the habit of getting up earlier and doing things in the morning. But yeah, like, nope, that's fine. That's good. Because then if I sleep through it, then my alarm goes off.
That's
Yep.
one good thing about me getting up so early is that I usually am able to catch you before.
Yeah.
That's,
I know you get up insanely early.
yes. I
I'm
do.
always prioritizing checking notifications from stuff first thing in the morning because I'm like, I can't answer you before you're asleep.
They are my alarm clock. It's great. I usually just mark the book as independently published or traditionally published on my spreadsheet. I get most of my indie authors from Heather, and then also like myself, because I recently went to the book signing thing here, which was mostly independently published Australian authors, romance authors, which was how I got to know a whole stack. Like there was 40 different authors there. So that was a huge sort of list of, okay, well, these are people that I didn't previously know about. And then from there, they've recommended other people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a bit of a spiral effect in that sense. But yeah, Amazon is not great at recommending new people. I'd much rather get it from people I know.
I know for like releases and stuff, when I message authors because I'm making a video, I'm like, I'm giving you free publicity. So even though I feel bad sometimes because I know you had a release like this week and I'm asking about your next one. But I'm like, okay, do you have an October release or whatever? But I follow authors that I really like on social media. That's how you find out that they have a book out. And then the people that I I'm mutuals with or follow, I tend to kind of filter people out a lot in the sense that you can be a wonderful person, and if we have our taste isn't overlapping at all, I might unfollow you or, not have you in my feed because I want my feed to be usable for me. So I don't follow everybody back or anything like that. I generally am weeding things out because I want to see what I want to see, and the apps just don't show you everybody you follow. So I try to weed it out, but if I get a recommendation from somebody, I usually try to mention it, but I mean, it's usually just, I don't even know. I don't even know. I like see things on social media and I usually add it to Goodreads, or I see it on Goodreads, or if one author mentions like another author, a lot of times I'll find them that way. It's randomized. But for me, it really is just following people who have similar tastes. So you are frequently going to be like, okay, that book sounds like I would enjoy it consistently from the same people.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's work.
Yeah.
Finding any books, you have to, especially to start, because you do get it from the people you follow, and you have to find those people to follow in the first place. So it's a lot of, okay, you mentioned how you love their recommendations, so let me go over and see what they are talking about. Building up over time.
Yeah. Good luck to you both on Black Friday.
I find a lot of authors that I then delete off the TBR because I never did end up downloading them. So.
Yeah. Well, there's always a lot of books.
There's always more.
Yeah, I've had this one sitting in my stationery basket for ages, and I never use it, so might as well put it out. Oh, that's a good question, Shay. I already did my big question around books of manga that was on KU.
I think for me, as someone who is only looking to dabble in manga, so one, if I'm buying it, I really want it to be exactly what I want, and or I'm just not going to read many volumes, so I'm like picky about the ones that I am going to read, right? I would want to know, I would want ones that were particularly steamy, particularly sweet, ones that are a completed series with fewer volumes, so that, because it's hard to judge a series, even though I definitely do. It's hard to judge a series based on like one or two volumes, because it's like the first 30% of a text, novel, right? So if I am going to try and find out, okay, does my opinion change throughout a series, or is it pretty much my impression at the beginning is what I feel every time? I would want to find that out via shorter series. So, like, those would be important to me as a dabbler. But then I would definitely want, romance tropes. So, like, this is a marriage of convenience. This is bully. This is, friends to lovers. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be, but, I would.
Light, fluffy, easy reads.
I would do the basic tropes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
So, in some ways, I know that, a lot of authors promote each other's work if they're, in the same writing circle and stuff. I know if you are looking for Black romance, let me look up what it is. There's a girl that she tells you like all the new releases like every week or so. I think it's like Girl Have You Read or something like that. I never quite remember. I mean, it's not really quite as organized as FabroFeb, but most authors, they have their group and they're going to promote all their releases.
Yeah. And Hackett is just fun. See, I'm very proud of myself because I have the first half of my 30 and 30 manga video going up this week if I get around to editing it today.
Yeah.
This has been a very slow reading weekend. Yeah, standalone duologies, like the shorter series. It's a good idea. Yeah, I'm terrible at tracking recommendations.
I think for manga also, it's very difficult to find out if what your expectations should be in the series.
Yeah.
So, like, it's hard to just explore on your own.
I agree. Yeah, see, I don't know any of the subgenres in manga.
Right.
I try to pay attention when my friends tell me, and then it just goes in one ear and out the other because it's not my primary reading. So,
because you don't have context for it. So it's just a word.
No. Yeah.
So your brain is like, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's...
All right.
Okay, yes. Girl, Have You Read? They do new releases,
Cool.
like roundups on Instagram constantly.
Yeah.
For indie Black authors who write. I want to say all the books that they talk about are Black love only. But honestly, it's people like that I'm I follow, and I'm always looking at their posts to see if there's anything that catches my eye.
Yeah. And then like they'll usually recommend other people as well who are recommending things in line with their interests. So it's like a little follow train.
Yeah, it's a chain reaction that happens over time. Like
it is.
It's a lot of building who you're following.
Yeah.
Shay, maybe do a video that's like 10 manga series that have popular romance tropes in them. So do one for each trope, or a couple for each trope. So
Yeah.
okay, here's marriage of convenience, friends to lovers, enemies to lovers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think some of the first volumes you can walk away and go, but really, do I want to keep reading that? So yeah, I agree with what Shay said before. You kind of need to read a couple.
And you also need to understand the cultural context for like them acting not interested or acting embarrassed or what have you, because you really cannot judge it on the same criteria as you would
No.
a book based in the United States.
Yeah.
So like you need to know that. You need to be aware.
How you going, Bree?
I'm doing good. I'm just printing, so I keep muting myself so it's not super loud.
It's all good.
All right, I think I might be ready to stir the spread. Maybe.
How long has it been? Like hour and a half?
I don't want to have commitment regret after this.
I know. Once you make a spread, that's quite the commitment.
I really do though try to just be like, we are not doing perfectionism. It's fine. It's fine.
No, but you want it at least set out so that it's going to be functional for you.
Right. But and the one that I did this year, I definitely treated it as we're gonna test this out as we go.
Yeah.
And I have, and it's been fine. But quite a few things I want to change. So
Heather, are you doing a flip through, or have you already of your journal from this year?
I did a mid-year, and I will do a full one, but I'm going to do it early January because I want to have filled out, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
okay,
every book, every video, all the things. So
right.
that's the plan. Early January. Can't technically plan those videos until I find my new planner. So cool if I can find one.
No, because I think I'll do my flip through when I get the book printed again, or when get the book journal printed again.
Mm.
Yeah, I liked that you did that. That was
good idea.
I know in late December I'll probably be watching a ton of flip throughs and setups and
some of them have already started. They keep popping up in my feed. I'm like,
have they?
Really?
I don't know if I've seen any 2023 ones yet, but yeah, especially like really popular creators and stuff, you have to assume they are already well into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's one girl who's over in New Zealand who I like watching, and she does a lot of like ways you can do things. Like she does bullet journaling, but ways you can do things and set things up in your planner. So she's just done I forget how many, but it was like a list of different ideas for December or Christmas layouts, and it was literally just you could do this or you could try this, or like, and it's really quite eclectic, which I like her videos because she does that. Like I'm not going to do any of those because I don't bullet journal, but it's nice to watch other people do them.
Yeah. I find too that I feel like I'm never taking people's spreads or anything, not because I'm opposed. Like I think as long as you give credit, it's no big deal to copy. But just like I'm not doing that level of detail. We are not going to do that. But I often find like a tiny little idea that I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to use that or change it a little bit, but you were definitely the inspiration because I wouldn't have thought of it without watching this video.
Yeah. Is it there's another Australian, well, she must be an artist as well. And she just, every month there's a different country that she'd like to visit, but she chooses between, every month she pulls out 3 countries. So high population, mid population, low population countries. And then people get to vote on which one. And she investigates the country. And so every spread is based on the research she's done about the places and the people and the food and all of that. And I just think, and she, like it's fully decked out art. It's gorgeous. Like that's really nice. I'm just going to sit here and live vicariously through you.
Right. Sometimes it is just nice to watch for entertainment and not because you're trying to be on that level.
Yeah. It's very relaxing. It is. Considering I used to do them, like I did them for 2.5 years. I do not have that level of capability anymore.
It's like I used to scrapbook, and I think because of that, I don't have any interest in turning my reading journal into a scrapbook project where I'm like taping in paper and like doing collages, doing layers. Like, I don't want to do that. I've already done
that. Been there, done that. Yes. Other people can be creative, and it makes me feel like I'm being creative. Like, oh, that would be good.
Through osmosis.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure how much longer you guys want to stay on for. I can stay on for about another 20 minutes, and then I need to sort out the chaos that this place is going to be very soon.
I actually have to listen back to one of my videos so I can take notes for it, so I'll probably sign off now. So
Yeah.
But this was fun. It's nice to do stuff like this so it doesn't feel like I'm doing it by myself.
Anytime.
Though I forced JT to be in the room with me.
Horses.
He looks like he's suffering.
He was just like sitting there on his phone.
What, you mean JT doesn't want to listen to us chatting away about completely random topics, as per usual?
He loves it.
It's all good.
You're so entertaining over here.
All right, you guys. I'll see you later. Everyone's saying goodbye to you, JT, and that they love you.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
You happy to go for it?
Yeah, I can just stay with you for now. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna keep working on it once we're done, honestly, because
Yeah.
right now I'm like in it. So
Yeah.
stop.
So, because what is it? It's just up 10 past 10 for you.
Yep.
Yeah, we go to 10:30.
Okay,
Yay.
that works for me.
We love hanging out with you guys too. It's nice. I
Yes.
should say I am now not working. Well, this is my backlist journal.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have authors and their backlists in here, and I just tick them off as I go. So now I'm just filling in
Hold
books.
on, you just gave me an idea. I need to keep track of
Sorry.
if it's debut or backlist.
So is that an apology from me, or is it just no, that was a good save before you got started?
No, neither really, because I knew that this stuff like this would happen. So I have like a couple extra pages in each section, so I could just slot it in there.
You're very prepared.
Yes, the last thing I want to do is have to shift every single post-it over one page. So I'm like, no.
Yep.
Plus, even when I have actually done all the spreads, I'll probably still have a couple of pages, because if I do think of something once the year starts and stuff, I still want to be able to add it. I don't want it to be only what I thought of before January 1st.
Yeah. Yes, I like the sparkle on the book too. It makes me happy. See, I was so good because there were, certain authors that I put in here that I left 2 pages for, because each page gets 2 columns. I'm like, that's going to be heaps of books. And then, speaking of all the people who were talking about Anna Hackett before, I had to make a fold-out page because I only left 1 page for her, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Exactly.
It's like, oops.
I know I have some things in this year's journal that are very odd placements because I just did them as I thought of them.
Yeah.
And I also kept track of KU and library books monthly and ran out of space. So then like the later months is like so many pages away from.
Yeah.
They are this far apart in the journal. So,
Oh, no.
so for 2023, I have 2 reserved for them side by side. So when I get to the later months, I'll do it then. But the page will be blank and waiting for me. I bought these pastel highlighters to use this year, like new
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
But, I'm color swatching them,
Mm.
but they don't have any color names on them. So keeping track of which ones I did in what order is not going to be that easy. So I probably need, in
Sure.
fact, I'm just going to do this right now. I need to take a picture. This is what I do
Gonna
for my
say,
colored pencils.
Well, if you give it a name and then you just get a permanent marker and you write on it what the name is.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Because what they look like on page and what they look like on the
Oh yeah,
plat is not.
no.
It's like not comparable at all. Okay.
All right, so I'm filling in the backlist, and I didn't realize this, but Louisa Masters has a Christmas novella called "Oh Hell, All Ye Shoppers," and I'm like, I feel like I have to read that for Christmas.
That was good.
Yay!
accurate.
It's going to be a one-stop shop
Oh.
show.
Sometimes it is good to have those.
Yeah, I don't always feel the need to read every book by every author. Sometimes I just like knowing what's there and knowing how many books I've read.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't feel like I need to read, because there are certain authors that I've got in here who have books that I know I'm not going to read, but I've got them listed just because they're part of a series or something that I'm just interested in keeping a record of it.
Yeah.
Case in point, Heather, you will laugh at this. I do have Nikki Sloan in here because I have enjoyed some Nikki Sloan books, but I did put in the series that we all despised.
Yes.
and crossed out all the other books in the series and went, nope, not reading those. But it's in here anyway.
I like cross things out
Nope.
all the time. You're not happening. Goodbye.
It's such a satisfying thing to cross things out.
Yes. And like it's just you're not going to do all of them. So you have to give yourself permission to
Yeah.
change your mind about things or
Fair enough. Thankfully, that is one thing my anxiety does not pull me up on. But I get it.
I don't think I would have blank spots unless I planned on finishing them.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that well, I know I wouldn't because I don't, but I don't think that I would list the entire author's catalog or anything. I might have the ones I have read from them,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't have the ones that I did not.
Nice. We are, Shay. And it's a wonderful thing.
We need them. We don't know what we're doing.
No. say, look, I did the exact same thing that I always do with book series, in that I started the first book in a two volume, or the first volume in a 2-volume series. That is the third book. Sorry, the start of the third or the second sequel to 2 other really short series. I'm like, of course you start at the end again. It's fine. We're all good here.
I start out of order all the time because anytime I don't, if I regret it, because not that I regret reading things through, but if I know that I am not interested in those tropes or whatever, but it's the first book, but I'm really interested in the second or third book,
Yeah.
if I do try and start with the first, it's always a mistake because I'm such a, this wasn't great, so I'm not reading more. Even though I'm like, well, you'll probably like the next one more. In my, I can say that in my head all I want, and the reality is I don't pick it up. I never do. So it's a mistake anytime I read the meh one first.
Yeah. Oh, good luck, Shay.
4 is a lot for one day
Mm.
in one go. It's,
Yeah, I'm still 50-50 on Nikki Sloan. So like I'll keep reading her books.
I
liked the Nashville Neighbors series by her.
I pretty much am not particularly interested because I didn't love the one that we tried, and want to say it's not the library, not KU.
Yeah.
A lot of times I just, don't even put them on my TBR. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna
that's fair
for you, and I'm not interested enough to do that.
Yeah. And I hear you, Shay, when you've got all your notes ready to go, it's a lot easier just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Enthusiasm is good. Yeah. Are you doing a video every day, Shay? Answer that later. Have a great night.
Bye, Shay.
Bye. I was going to film a video every day in December and decided that I was not going to do that this year for my own sanity.
I know I'm not. How many videos do I have for December? I plan on doing 10, it looks like.
Yeah.
And I might do a live that is like a Christmas game, but I will decide that like the week of.
Yeah.
We'll see how the season is going.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to stick to my usual filming schedule. I think maybe 1 or 2 extra videos, or plus whatever the member videos are. Although I'm really tempted, probably won't be this year, but next year, to do a live version of the ABC of Romance Rex videos and get other people to come on and recommend books as well. So I was like, I have time?
I need to add that to my schedule at some point. Because I like yours. I think that they're fun.
But I thought it would be fun to have lots of people in throwing things out. So, but that might be a January thing. Yeah, like it is fun, and I've done it the last couple of years. I do not have it in me this year to do it.
I have no interest in it ever.
Congratulations, Megan.
Hopefully that's the only one you have to do.
Fingers crossed. It's the only one you have to do. All right, Heather, you might need to start wrapping up because I need to clear this table so that they can work on a door.
Sounds good. I'm glad that we were able to do this. I'm glad that your cabinet's getting fixed and everything.
Yeah,
I can't think of the word I want because I'm too tired, but
don't worry. It's
they
all good.
work together well enough for that to happen.
Yes. Yes. No, I'm very grateful that we could do it because I think the next couple of weeks are just going to be a bit crazy.
When you're on, no, when are you on break?
So we finish on the 20th of December.
Okay, so you don't have any more breaks between now and then? Didn't you have like a tiny one?
No, we've had our last public holiday. I've got a curriculum day tomorrow, and then we have another curriculum day in another 2 weeks. But that one will all be on site, so it's still a working day for me. We just don't have kids.
Yeah.
It'll be our planning day with all our new staff.
Yeah.
Which will be good. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, everyone.
Yes, it was fun. I'm glad that we were able to bounce ideas and chat.
Yeah. If we find time in December, we can do our here's what we're doing for 2023.
Yes.
When I figure out what that actually is.
And I'm sure I will be spending a lot of time trying to get the journal ready. So should definitely have enough material to work on it for another live.
Yeah. All good. All right. I'm going to end this. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Have a wonderful night or a day, depending on wherever you are. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.